Hello guys, welcome to today's online course on Android. Uh, in previous tutorial we saw how to or talked about various activity life cycle, the different events and on create, on start, on resume, correct? So all these 7 events we had learnt in the previous. We also saw how a log file and a toast was created in a practical way. So today's tutorial we gonna learn more about something like user interface layouts. So in the previous tutorial we saw constraint layout. How did we work on the constraint layout? In today's tutorial we gonna learn about user define. So we'll start with the normal activity. We'll take an empty activity and I'll basically give a name for this activity as UI layouts. Okay, and rest all will keep the same, and I'll just finish. All right, now the system, let the app load. All right, so today we're gonna learn more about the user interface layouts. Now how these particular layouts are done apart from constraint layout, what are the other layouts? So we got two files here. One is activity main file and a main activity.java file. All right, now we see the design part in activity main file, how the basic the design is done. All right, now coming to the activity main.xml file, all we need to know in this activity main.xml file, all the user interface layout design is done here. Now this is basically I'll split into two screens. Basically this is a constraint layout we saw. So there are different layouts. Now in the previous we said drag and dropped and done that, and in this layouts we can see linear layout, constraint layout, correct? We spoke how to do about a constraint layout, correct? And we also did that. Then we have got something called apart from constraint, we have got frame layout, table layout. Now frame layout and table layout, you can do it. You need to work on these exercises there. I'll also send you the links regarding it. Now we did a constraint layout last time, so today we're gonna learn about a linear layout, how to do it. In a constraint layout we did a basic hello world, correct? And we said we dragged and dropped it, and we said now today linear layout we're gonna do it this way. Now we're gonna select the linear layout, okay? And we can add a lot of text, buttons and other things into the linear layout. Now how to do that? Now what I'm gonna do here is that in this particular constraint layout, I'm going to remove the constraint layout and replace it with the linear layout. Now how gonna do that? Now I can either delete this entirely, okay, or I can delete the full code. But what I'm gonna do here is that I can drag and drop, okay, which I can do there. Now again, before that I need to delete the constraint layout, and also what I'm gonna remove this, then I'll delete this, okay, and change it to linear linear layout, okay? All right, now I'll remove the text view because we're gonna create by ourselves, okay? All right, now we can see here that there is a main activity, correct? A main activity tool context main activity. Now what does this main activity do? Why do we need it? We need to take it from this main activity.java, refer to activity main, so that we can use it here. Now what we're gonna do here is that we'll add a simple text view. This text view we're gonna drag and drop it here. So by default it will come. We'll add one more. We're gonna add a button out here. Okay, wait, hold on. So we're gonna add a button. I need to select a button. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. All right, now I'm gonna zoom it for you so it would be easier. So I've got a text view, I got a button, so I'm gonna add a button now. All right, now if you can see here this particular design part when I'm dragging and dropping, so as I told you, this particular text button and all we're gonna add. So I'll add one more text view out here, okay? Now what does this do? Now we have got one text view, one button and one other text view. Now I'm gonna edit this text view, okay? All right, now I'm gonna change the name of the text view, otherwise it will look text view button text view, correct? So I'm gonna change this first text called a text view to something like hello, correct? So I can do that. I'll just say hello, Okay, all right. T-E, no, Hello. I'm just gonna do hello here. All right, so that is one text for this. Then for the next button, I'm gonna say click. Okay, I'm gonna say click me. Okay, so I'll say click me. Then for the another text here, I'm gonna say Suman. Okay, so what I've got here now, so I've got a text called hello, text called click me, and text called. Now I'll run this file. Okay, now the Gradle is building. So all we can see here is that we have created a lot of text views and a button and another text view, correct? Now as we can see that this particular layout in our particular Gradle, that when a Gradle builds, now you'll see the change as we have done here. You can see that a particular app what is running, we have got hello, I have got a Suman, click me, and a Suman, correct? All right, so you can see that here. So all these three things here which I have done it, I have added a simple text view, one button, and a text view. Now this is a one part of it. All right, now in our linear layout we have got two types, one is horizontal, one is vertical. By default it will come horizontal layout. Now I want to change from horizontal to vertical, so what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna give it as Android orientation. Okay, so when I give Android orientation, in the sense it will change it, either I want to do it a vertical side or I want to do it as a horizontal side. So I will say it Android orientation. I got two choices. By default horizontal come, I'll select vertical. So you can see here, right, you can see here that I'll run this file, you can make note of it. When I run this file, you can see the changes from the horizontal, which was in a line, which will come one below the each other. Okay, all right, so you can see the vertical part of it. In our particular, when this app runs, is it installing the app? Yes, it's launching. All right, now you can see here, yes, hello, click me, Suman, correct? So there's a button, two text views, so it will be in the vertical way. All right, now that's the two way of saying. Now always remember, we can create a linear layout within linear layout, so we can have as many number of layouts within these particular layouts. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have a basic layouts. Now I have done a hardcode text out here, right? So it is giving me an warnings, correct? So when I've got an hardcode text, so where we'll store it, I'll store it in strings XML. All right, now in this particular layout, as I told you, within a layout I can create a one more layout. So how do I do that? So I'll add a one more linear layout. Okay, linear layout. Okay, and double click on that. All right, I'll say wrap content, match parent. I'm gonna choose that, and I'll just copy and paste only a button and a text view there. Okay, so why I'm gonna do it, so that I can show you how it is displayed. So when I do this, okay, so you can see here is that you can see on the right hand side, so one is vertical. I'll just run the app and show it to you. Okay, all right, I did one mistake. I need to change the ID because the ID is already there for the text views. I'm gonna change it to text view 3. Okay, all right, and I'm gonna change this one to button 1. All right, now I'm gonna run it. All right, now it's fine. So when I run this app, now basically you can see, I think we might get an error, as we have done wrap content. Yes, we have done match parent, I guess, for that. No. Okay, all right, now yeah, we had done a match parent. I think we need to convert it to wrap content. Otherwise what will happen, it will just get overlapped. It will actually take the both the match parents. So the previous one you given match parent linear layout, another one, if you can see there, correct? So I'm gonna change the second linear layout to wrap content. That is a layout, linear layout, not the text view or the button. I'm gonna change it to wrap content. Now when I do that, I hope you can see the changes. So one was the match parent, the first linear layout of the match parent, another one is a wrap content, so it will take only the content. So below at the bottom you can see of the app that there is a wrap content, so only for that specific area. That's why we use a specific wrap content for that particular specific area. All right, now yes, now you can see there. Yeah, okay, that comes in a horizontal because by default it's horizontal. Another one is a vertical, correct? So I have given a vertical this, so by default linear layout comes in a horizontal way. Okay, all right. So this is basically about a linear layout, how it is done. You can change it to a different kinds of layouts. You can change the particular linear layout. So I'm gonna delete this. Okay, all right, now I'm gonna change it to this particular app, and I'm just running it, a basic one. So I just told you how we can have two different layouts. So the basic layout will be in a horizontal way. Now I've already given the orientation as the vertical one, so the layout will run in a vertical way. Okay, I mean the orientation will be vertical, else the orientation will be by default it will be a horizontal one. Okay, so I've given, as I've given a match the parent, entire thing will come. Okay, so you can see here horizontal linear layout it is there, and vertical layout it will be there. Remember one more thing, guys, that you need to keep on practicing. As you practice all these layouts and all, constraint layouts and all, it will be more useful. Now think I want to add two numbers. That time what will I do? I'm gonna use something called a constraint layout. Now why I'm gonna use something called a constraint layout? That's very important, because linear layout has got only two options. One is horizontal or a vertical, correct? But I want one below the other. Now first number one text, second number one text, then a button. Then I cannot, we can do it in linear layout, but there are lots of layouts which we have to, which is bad way of coding. Okay, lots of hard coding you have to. So there is something called a relative layout, which was then called as a constraint layout, is a hybrid one. You're gonna use that. Now instead of this lots of putting there, all I'm gonna do is that now I can choose it horizontal. I just need to double click it. Okay, the orientation, so that becomes vertical. Okay, if you just double click is enough, you can change it from vertical to horizontal. I hope you can see it now. Is my app running? Yeah, all right, yeah, it is up. Okay, all right, now I want something like a text view, something like a button. Now if you can see here in a constraint layout, correct, in a basic linear layout, if you see here, I want to add now two numbers. Okay, did I run? Yes. Okay, is it loading? Okay, I want to add two numbers. First number one text, second number one text, then a button. Then it will come one below the other. If it is horizontal, then I have to give horizontal, horizontal and vertical. Instead of that, I've got a constraint layout which will help me to do that. Now here if you see, everything is in horizontal. Hello, click me, Suman, correct, that is in horizontal. Now I want a first number here, a second number here. Okay, then I want to go and do about what a particular text about it. Now to do that, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna pull a plain text, that is called a edit text. Under text, I'm gonna pull a plain text. Okay, now if I can see here, lower down, hold on, yeah, all right, so I'm gonna give it here as a Android colon orientation as a vertical, so you can view it, otherwise it will be the other side. Okay, so if you see here edit text, you can see here edit text. Edit text means what? A user defined. This is just a name, you don't have to worry about that. And so instead of name, it's just highlighting the text. Now when I run this app, you can see there at the bottom of this particular application, okay, you can see something called a name, correct? Now this let the app run. Now when this particular, I can type as my name there, correct? All right, so it's a user defined, so I can just say Suman, correct? All right, I'll just remove the and say Suman. Okay, all right, so that's a name basically, so I can remove that also. I will just show you. I'll just remove that and show you. Okay, so I'll just hold on. I'm just once I do that, okay, so yeah, so that's the edit text part of it. I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna stop this and remove the name for it. Okay, all right, so I removed this. Okay, now when I see here, so you'll be having a empty space there. Now there it is a user defined. Now you can type it by yourself. That's a user defined. Now basically what you do, your email ID, so first name, last name, you put it in Facebook, right? Same way here also we use something called a edit text. Now here I can type, you can't see it, correct, but it is highlighted. Now if I can keep typing is Suman. Okay, all right, So this is the one part of edit text. Now same thing when I'm doing for adding two numbers. The first name, I want first name, that's a text view, then I want edit text, second name, then a text view, then I need a button. All right, so I need a text view, edit text, text view, edit text, and a button. So when I click, we are not going to do a Java part of it, we're just gonna do a basic how a basic particular user interface layout is done. Now to do that in linear layout, as I told you, it will be a little bit tough. So what we're gonna do is that, guys, we're gonna do it in a constraint layout. Okay, so we're gonna use as a layouts in constraint layout. So basically constraint layout will be very easy for you. Okay, all right, so do that. But yeah, the drag and drop options will be a little bit tougher for you to do it in an constraint layout, because here you need to use in linear layout, or let it be horizontal or vertical, you need to use a lot of things. Now what you're gonna do is that you're gonna do exercises. You can use a lot of text, time, date, all those things. So you can, I'll give you assignments on this where later part after 2 3 4 tutorials that you can do all these things. So kindly work on these, guys, because as I told you, when you work, the things makes you perfect. All right, so you need to remember that. So in the next layout we're gonna learn about how to do about a constraint layout.